So with the barbell squat, there's two main ways to do it. The first one is the high bar squat. The second one is the low bar squat. Now the high bar squat is going to target the quads a little bit more, just because I'll demonstrate it, just how you're oriented. It takes a lot more quad. And then the low bar squat is all around a stronger movement. You're not really training for strength. You're more so training for hypertrophy and for size. So I would say the high bar is probably going to be more beneficial for you, but you can decide for yourself. You can see which one's more comfortable, which one's just more fun, really. But so the first one, you're going to have a bar. Imagine this Swiffer is a barbell. You're going to want to find a rack height where you can comfortably get under the bar and then only use a little bit of hip movement to get the bar comfortably out of the rack. Like at the power racks at the Ray, I know it could be a little bit awkward, but just finding that nice balance is really important. But so imagine this is your bar. If you're doing a high bar, what you're going to do is you're going to pull the bar in, but it's going to rest on your traps, like right about here. I don't know if you can really see that. It's going to be pretty high up. You don't want it on your neck, and you don't want it too far down. You're going to want it right on your traps, and you're just going to pull the bar into your back, just to create some stability. And from here, you'll unrack the bar, just a little bit of hip extension. You're going to want to take about 3 steps. If you need 4 steps or so, that's perfectly fine, but about 3 steps. So unrack, 1, 2, 3. If you need a 4th step, that's fine. And then from here, you're going to want to find some solid, you're going to find your center of mass. With high bar, it's a little bit easier because, as you can see, the bar is stacked about right on top of the midfoot, which is, the midfoot is right here about. So it's way easier to find the midfoot. And from here, you're going to want to breathe in to your abdomen, your trunk, and don't think about just like breathing in. Think about expanding every part of your stomach. So expanding outwards, even into your back, just to create a solid brace. So you're gonna, and then from here, you're just gonna squat straight down, continually managing that center of balance. You don't want to fall forward. You don't want to fall backwards. Just try to go straight up and down. So breathe in, and then go down. So for you, I would say, since again you're doing hypertrophy work, you're gonna want to hit depth. Which, if you have problems with, let me know and we could figure that out. In depth, in a commercial gym sense, or just a gym sense, and not necessarily powerlifting, is just anything parallel, so like here and below. I would say try to aim for parallel. If you can go lower, that's perfectly fine, and I honestly recommend it. But that's generally what you're going to want to do. So, just, again. Pull the bar into your traps, like your upper back right here. You're gonna unrack. And important step: breathe into your abdomen again right before you unrack to stabilize yourself. So you have the bar on your back. You're gonna unrack. 1, 2, 3. Just as many, like 4 steps again, if that's necessary. That's fine. And from here, just going squat. You're gonna breathe in, and you're gonna squat straight down. It's not just an important note is when you're squatting down, it's not just pure knees. You're not just pushing your knees forward because then you get stuck here, and then it's not just hips back like this because then you get stuck here. So when you're going down, you want a mixture of both. So breathe in, and think about pushing the knees out and pushing the hips back at the same time. So, and then you can just go straight up and down after that. Now, the second variation of squat, which the setup and the bracing, it's all the same. The only difference is when you have the bar, instead of pulling it into your upper back, you're going to pull it into your shoulders, like your rear delts. So like this is high bar, this is low bar, significantly lower on the back. And the benefit of that is you get a lot more engagement out of your hamstrings and glutes compared to high bar, where again, high bar, you're squatting and you're very upright and it's very much just on the quads. It's very hard to engage the other parts of your legs. Where low bar, you're gonna have to be a little bit more hinged over, and you get a lot more out of your hamstrings and glutes. So that's why a lot of powerlifters low bar squat, because you're able to get a much more efficient and stronger movement. So for the low bar, very, very similar. Just when you're when you're pulling the bar on your back, instead of focusing on bringing it into your traps, think about bringing it into your shoulders. You could almost think about building a shelf with your shoulders, like pulling your elbows down and back at a 45-degree angle, so pulling them down, and then you should honestly kind of feel it kind of get trapped there. And then the same things apply. You're gonna breathe into your stomach, unrack, about 3 to 4 steps. And then again, since this is a low bar squat, your center of balance is a little bit different compared to the high bar squat. You're gonna have to be a little bit hinged over, almost tilted over. That's completely fine. And you're gonna breathe into your stomach. Make sure that bar is in a strong position where you can feel your entire foot, where you're not on your toes or you're not on your heels. It's just straight, flat foot. And then breathe in and down. And again, it's not just knees forward, because again you get stuck here, and it's not just hips back, because then you get stuck here. It's both at the same time. You can almost actually see if I go to squat and it's just knees forward and I'm trying to hit depth, you can see at a certain point my hips just have to naturally go back anyways in order to hit depth, which makes it a less efficient and way more uncomfortable movement. So try that out and let me know if you have any questions, but that's generally the basics of the squat. You're going to want to start pretty light just so you can actually feel the movement and establish good fundamentals, but that's the gist of it.